give a vivid description of the Lasya and Tandav and write the story of Shiva's Urdhva and Ananda Tandav. Bharatmuni declares that dance has come into existence to create and to reveal beauty. The universe is the union of Shiva and Shakti expressed in the form of dance. They are the very first original couple from whom creation begins. Lasya means light, beautiful feminine dance which was performed by goddess Parvati. According to Puranas, Parvati taught this Lasya form of dance to Banasura's daughter Usha, and she in turn taught this dance to the milkmaids of Dwarka, and they in turn taught it to the ladies of other places. All classical dances have Lasya aspect in them. Manipuri and Odissi are best example of Lasya. Some of the folk dances also use Lasya. Garba of Gujarat is an example of Lasya. Tandav, the fusion of the three gunas at the point of creation, is Shiva Tandavam. The movement of his limbs is the universe, his speech, the eternity of literature, and his ornaments, the moon and the stars. So we revere him and cherish the sattvic and beneficent creator. Tandav Natyam is the cosmic consciousness of the Supreme God. Tandav is the vigorous masculine dance. Hindu mythology gives us a vivid description of dance, and most of the gods had knowledge of dance. Lord Shiva was the supreme dancer, but Indra, Ganesh, Kali and Krishna also perform the vigorous dance. As Lord is considered the teacher of dance, he is rightly named Nataraja. He passed on this vast treasure of knowledge of dance to his disciple Tandu. Tandu, in turn, gave the same knowledge to sage Bharata, and Bharata spread this knowledge to mortals. Lord Shiva had performed 108 types of Tandavas, but only 7 Tandavas are well known, namely Ananda Tandav, Urdhva Tandav, Kalika or Shakti Tandav, Tripura Tandav, Sati and Shiva Tandav, Ardhanari Tandav, Samhara Tandav, Sandhya Tandav, and Vijaya Tandav. The immortal Nataraja pose is from Ananda Tandav. It has philosophical meanings. The Pataka Hasta stands for the protection of the universe. The hand holding the fire denotes the destruction or light. Stamping over the demon Muyalakan depicts the relation of Jivatma and Paramatma. The raised leg means salvation from the sorrow of birth and death. The hand which is raised towards the feet points out towards moksha. Damru in the hand denotes the rhythm of life. Lord Shiva's eyes are the eyes of the universe, that is, the sun and the moon. Ardhachandra on the head stands for Amrit. The snakes on the matted hair stands for intelligence, and the Ganges on the body stands for the strength to control the body or basic air. His dance on Muyalakan shows the eternal truth of good over evil. Thus, a person who dances Tandav with his body, suffused with the power and energy of Shiva, will be fused with that energy and will become Shiva himself. This is the ultimate result of Shiva Tandava. Story of Ananda Tandava. Shiva willed or desired, and due to the desire, consciousness developed that invoked energy. The integration of consciousness and energy resulted in creation. Beholding the flowering of creation, Shiva became ecstatic and danced with joy, which is Ananda Tandava. According to the Puranas, the story goes thus. When Lord Shiva came to know that in Targam forest about 10,000 sages were misusing their power and were misguiding the people, he thought of a plan to reform them. He transformed himself into handsome and valorous yogis, and Vishnu transformed himself into a beautiful damsel, meaning a young unmarried woman, and then they entered the forest. As soon as they entered, the women folk were attracted towards Lord Shiva, and the men were attracted towards Vishnu, who had transformed himself into a damsel. There was so much chaos and confusion that there was dispute and quarrel, resulting in death of many men and women. The rishis came to know of Shiva's trick, and they decided to teach him a lesson with the power of their mantras. They performed a yagna, and from that created a ferocious tiger. And Lord Shiva, with the strength of his finger nail, ripped apart the tiger and wore the tiger skin. The failure of this trick provoked the rishis to send poisonous snakes to kill Shiva. Shiva in turn took those snakes and wore it around his neck and body as ornaments. At last, they created from the sacrificial fire a ferocious dwarf demon, Mui Lahan, for Shiva's destruction. Shiva took him bodily and crushed him under his feet and started dancing on him. This dance on Mui Lahan is known as Ananda Tandava. After this dance, he went back to Kailash with his consort Parvati, mounted on Nandi. On the spot where Lord Shiva performs his Ananda Tandava, his devotees built a temple which came to be known as Dev Sabha. The roof of Dev Sabha was made of gold, so it was named as Chitrabalam. With the passage of time, the word was mispronounced and it is now called as Chidambaram. Even today, the golden statue adorns the Chidambaram temple, and it is a tourist attraction for students of Bharatnatyam. It is worth visiting. Urdhva Tandav. The universe is the creation of the union of the first couple, Shiv and Shakti, who were both dancers. Shiva was the Tandav dancer and Uma as the embodiment of grace, meaning Lasya. Difference of opinion and minor quarrels are natural amongst humans, which find reflection in the divine society also, that is, among the gods. Shiva claimed that he was the greatest dancer, and Amba, his spouse, retorted that she was the greater performer of the two. To adjudicate in this quarrel, the entire galaxy of celestial beings gathered to witness Shiva and Shakti exhibiting their individual dancing skills. Narad and Tambura, the music divinity, provided the background role. Vishnu played the mridangam while Brahma kept the tal. Lakshmi sang, Saraswati played the veena, and Indra the flute. The dance progressed uninterrupted. Both were excellent dancers and perfectly matched each other's skills. None could decide who was the greater dancer. Shiva himself felt apprehensive that Shakti may be the winner in this contest, if he did not think of something novel and spectacular. He suddenly flexed his left leg above his head and danced. Parvati, with her womanly feeling of delicacy, could not brazenly emulate this and stopped her dance. Then all the celestials hailed Shiva as the winner.